Okay, next question. Number 4. Okay, if one did not previously dress modestly, and they knew it was wrong while doing it, do they have to do anything additional for TeShuva, like a fast, or is the standard 3-step TeShuva process, which includes a permanent change, enough?
The TeShuva for wasting seed, the Arizal says 84 fasts. Now, this generation that we don't have anybody that can really do 84 fasts, so we replace it with money. Replace it with money, meaning the person needs to pay for 84 meals. If an average meal is $5, every time a person wasted seed is $5, so it's $420. That's to make up for one wasting seed, meaning that a person needs to make wasting seed already as part of their maaser, part of their tzedakah, part of their money goes to wasting seed on a regular basis. Needless to say, a woman that is immodest, that caused men to waste seed, also has a very serious problem. So the solution to both of them is the same, which is what we mentioned before. Not only stop the sin, not only regret the sin, not only make sure you put a fence, but encourage other people to do tshuva for it. Why? Because if you take the money that you were going to give to some big knesset to buy the 18th Sefer Torah, or you're going to take the money and you're going to go buy people sufganiyot to get extra fat on Chanukah, you're going to take the money and save some dog that has 3 legs. Hopefully he can live another 2 years. You take the money and go save some elephant in the zoo called Charlie. Instead of that, use it to save nesamot. Use it to save nesamot. You see in the back, there's somewhere over here, there's CDs over there. Those CDs are free for you to take. Free for you to take to go listen to them. Free for you to take to give it to them. Now, they actually cost money, though. They didn't come from money. It wasn't money. They didn't come from Shemayim by themselves. They actually cost money. People paid for them. People donate it. We give them for free. Same thing with the books over there. Those books are free for you to take. Enjoy them. They're good for you to read, to learn. If you know what you're talking about, you know how to read Hebrew and so on, go read them. If others said you'll enjoy them. But they also cost money. So people paid for them, and we give them for free. The mitzvachot. Somebody, a woman wants to take on the mitzvah of mitzvachat, to do kisurot. Kosher kisurot, she wants to put a mitzvachat. We have mitzvachot over there. Tzitziyot. Someone wants to take a mitzvah to protect themselves 24 hours a day and also fulfill a mitzvah by wearing a tzitzit. Those tzitziyot are there. Everything is free. Now, it's not really free, but it's free for you. Point is, you want to help people do tshuva, you publicize this type of work. Real kiruv. Not Hanukkah parties, not Sifrei Torah. You could do that too. But you have to look at every money that you give as a tzedakah as an investment. It's an investment. What am I going to get more out of this? Okay, so best case scenario with the Sufganiyah, he's going to say, wow, these are good Sufganiyot this year. And maybe he's going to do bracha. Maybe. But with the CD, maybe he'll do tshuva. And every single mitzvah that he ever does as a result of this CD will go to my cheshbon and fix my immodesty, fix my wasting seed, and so on and so forth. So that's what people should do as the main thing, both for wasting seed and also for modesty.
Just to add on that, there's nothing really to add, but I want to bring a point. I was once, a student of mine once came over to me and asked me, he did think of the worst sin with another person possible, with a married woman, and he wanted to do tshuva. So, gave him the 3 basics. You know, we happened to be, I was introducing him to a Mekubah, a Kabbalist, and I said, sure, ask the Kabbalist, see what he's going to say. And the Kabbalist, told him that what you need to do is help other people in the sin that you felt. You want to know how to make a tikkun, you help other people in that particular sin. I still remember one time I was giving the class, he comes to the front, he's like, Rabbi, I have like 2 minutes. He puts it down, and puts it down. He's like, guys, I want to tell you the serious sin of adultery. And he goes on for like 5 minutes in front of my class, going and putting on it. It's good. But I'm saying that there's that. I don't know if anybody, wants to go in the middle of the class and be like, I want to tell you how serious it's immodest or how serious it is to waste seed. But the most simple thing is these classes exist online. There's books about it. There's things. Just help. Be like, hey, this is really cool. Listen to it. This is really fanatic. Whatever it is that you want. Whatever gets all the person close to it. You have the easiest way to make that tikkun. Imagine what it was before this came out. Before you had, technology, If you wanted to go, to be like, you would call people up, or, call people up, and everybody knows what I'm doing over here, right? And then call them up, and they all come together, and then they give a call. Here, it's less than a second. People that don't have, you don't have social media, you have social media, you share it. It's something so easy. The biggest kicker after 120, when you realize what you could accomplish with a simple click, when you realize what you could accomplish with so little, you'd be kicking yourself. I can't believe I didn't do this more. Like, why didn't I do this? I could accomplish so much. The hardest thing is when you see the potential that you have with the easiest thing. Okay, moving on. Next question. Can you please talk a little bit about a woman's part? Like, what if he was thinking about a particular girl, what's her avirah? Or what if it was because of the way the girl dressed, acted, and spoke? I believe the rabbi already spoke about this, that obviously she has a connection to that sin as well, and to the extent of how severe it is when she's involved in that sin, and how it's because of her. Now, the way that it works is a woman would walk down the street, and let's say she's not 100% modest. This is something very, very fascinating. Let's say a woman walks down the street, modest kalaha, the whole shebang. She's modest the way it covered all places that she's supposed to. And you still have the perfect that goes and looks at her and does a thing. Did she violate anything? She did what she's supposed to. She was supposed to buy something. It's her fault that there's a perfect over there? No. But what happens if her skirt was a little bit short? Or if something was not so modest? Just by a little bit. All of a sudden she goes from all of a sudden, for something so little, it changes drastically. For what she has. So yes, she is involved in this sin as well. And it's a very, very serious, a level of a transgression. That's why people don't, people are always speaking about them. One of the most important things for a woman is modesty. Men also is kedusha in this type of level. It's very, very important. People don't speak about this. The Torah doesn't speak about it because, let's make your life miserable. That's not. There's a purpose and for everything. We're in this world for a reason. One of these reasons are this is something that needs to be fixed. This is a very important. This generation is a generation that is unprecedented the test that we have, both in modesty and in guarding our eyes in all aspects. The fashion is the highest that it ever was, and it's just growing. So it's a test that is only going to grow, and if you don't fix it, if you don't protect yourself, your children are going to follow you away, like the rabbi was saying, and their children. One of the most scariest things is that the way that you decide to live your life is the way that your children are going to live your life. They follow more or less in the same footsteps. Obviously, you have like different extremes. But if let's say a person decides he's not going to be religious, a woman decides not going to be religious, what is the likelihood of those children being religious? So when you're making a decision that you don't believe in God, whatever it is, you're affecting your children, your grandchildren, and your great grandchildren for all eternity. For what? Because you think you know better. You think you know for sure. No one knows for sure that you could say that there's no such thing as Allah, there's no such thing as God. No one knows for sure. You could assume this, you could assume that. No one knows. So for a fact, for a safek, for a doubt, you're willing to risk your life, your children's life for all eternity? So when you think about the consequences of every single action that you do, it makes you really reconsider everything that you do. Like the way that you dress can affect your children. The way that when you're looking, Chazal teach us, and I believe I mentioned that if you're careful regarding your eyes, your children will be careful regarding your eyes. We have spiritual DNA just like we have, genetic DNA. The things that you work on also affect your children.
The big thing that people don't understand is that the Greeks were very smart people. Very, very smart people. So how come these smart people were so stupid at the same time? Because they didn't think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares about the small stuff. They thought, God's too big to care about my small little problem. God's too big to care about whether I do next Rakigayim. God's too big to care about kosher. He's too big. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Unfortunately, that's us too. We think that Hashem is too big to care about the small stuff. But in reality, that's what makes him big, because he does care about the small stuff. It's Sarah Imenu, instead of saying to Avraham Avinu, okay, what do I need to do in order to help these guests, these 3 Arabs that came? They didn't know they're Malachim. These 3 Arabs came, they're visitors. Instead of going and setting up a whole feast for these people, she said, you know what, Avraham, you do it. I'm tired. If Sarah Imenu said, I'm tired today. If Rivka, when Eliezer came, said, what? Water? Go, it's over there. Get it on your own. It's over there, make a right, make a left, go over there. What? I'm 3 years old, waiting for my life. Go over there, what? If she said I'm tired, and she doesn't die, guess what? She wouldn't be Sarah, she wouldn't be Yisra, she wouldn't be Rachel, she wouldn't be Leah. Our imaot would not be our imaot. It would just be some person that existed that you never heard about. If we're tired when it comes to mitzvot, guess what? We're not going to be the people that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. So every little thing is not little, it's big. In HaKadosh Baruch Hu's eyes, it's big. That's what makes a person. A righteous person is measured on the small stuff, not the big stuff. What do you do on the small stuff? You care about the small stuff like the big stuff? So this is what a person needs to know. When it comes to watching your eyes, it's not just about watching your eyes when the rabbi is next to you. It's easy to watch your eyes when the rabbi is next to you. Oh yes, for the rabbi, never look. For the rabbi, for the rabbi, no. For the rabbi. Oh, he's covered. No. Watching your eyes, Rabbi Karim, is when no one's looking. And you're on the computer by yourself at night at 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you looking at? When the video went on by itself, Malach HaMavet went inside, pressed on YouTube. Malach HaMavet pressed on YouTube. You have a chance. No one's there. Wife went on vacation. Everybody's on vacation at 3 o'clock in the morning by yourself. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have a chance. They just invited you to a party and she sent you a dress for $5,000, but you know it's not a modest dress. You know it's not a modest dress. Are you going to wear it? It's $5,000? It's the small stuff. It's big. So that's it. That's what we're measured by. If a person wants to have a good world in this world and the next, they're going to take everything seriously. Everything. If not, they're going to fail at everything. HABRIT.